Hi everyone. Just a quick update on what's going on in uh the world of foodiness. Crazy, cray to the crazy. Um, Yesterday we had T and Sass, who is so sassy. I'm sure her tea is very strong. She is straight to the point. She's your typical English lady. She's straight to the point and no messing about with her. Um, was she right with what she did? Was she wrong with what she did? That's up for individual debate. I'm not sure. My opinion is kind of yes and kind of no. um, so what she did, yes, I think she was well within her rights for what she did. If any other repercussions come from what she did, then I think um I hope she's okay after that happening if something does come of it because I like her. She can be very funny and she's very flippant and it's her delivery of what she needs to say can be quite funny. But what happened was um the foodster, she um put up a picture of T and Sass's daughter. Now, they were fighting amongst each other for the last couple of weeks, months, I don't know how long. And, they were keeping it to themselves and keeping it to themselves. And it wasn't actually what we say, it didn't get dirty. That's what we'd say that over here for, it didn't get nasty or just bad, you know. But so but then the foodster had to, you know, dig a little deeper and let some of her foodie beauty come out. And she put up a picture of Sass's daughter, which she's an adult woman, but you don't come for people's family. You come for the person that you're having issues with, back and forth, but you don't go for families. It's kind of there should be actually kind of a cut-off point with YouTube when it comes to coming for people's family. People will argue, people will have different opinions and difference of well, literally just different opinions and how they live their lives and how they should behave themselves. So anyway, Foodster doxed her daughter, said some things about her, and like any mother bear, and it's just typical that Chantal would know this, but mother bears come for their cubs. They could be 1 day old or 50 years old. It does not matter. A mother cub will come for her babies. And of course, T and Sass came for her babies. And she, all she did was she rang some people because she still has contacts in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. And she contacted some of her friends and just, asked a little bit of advice and stuff. So, about recording stuff and talking about stuff and recording in public areas. So it would be up to that other person if they went forward with the issues. So that's where, I hope that doesn't happen for T and Sass's sake because um the foodster would never she'd never leave her alone. So I hope T and Sass, because I do like her, I hope she'll be okay. Um Pete's cooked pork chops yesterday. Um I'm so proud of Pete's. although he's letting Box Mountain grow a bit, and he was getting through Box Mountain and through stuff fairly handy there, and he seems to be backsliding a bit. I'm wondering, is my next topic the reason why he's back sliding a little bit? So Pete's, get your butt in gear, get back to what you were doing. Hi Shmita, how are you? Uh, get back to what you were doing, Pete. The chops looked absolutely gorgeous on one side. However, when people told you to flip them, you should have flipped them so it said brown on the other. However, they were cooked, and he's actually getting really adventurous in his cooking, where he was using herbs and spices and all sorts of stuff to coat his chops. Well done. Good for you, Pete. You're doing really well. But get back to doing the Box Mountain and stuff. Now, is this why I think Pete's is kind of, he wasn't as upbeat in the cooking last night as he was previously. So we all know when Foodie arrived in Saudi Arabia, she just was there. She told nobody she was going. She told nobody when the flights were. She told nobody anything. She just came down the escalators, a bit like Trump and Melania came down the escalators in The Simpsons and in real life. Down she comes down the escalator to meet Salah at the bottom, and I'd love to have seen his expression on his face. But anywho, so yesterday morning she uploaded, well, she didn't, she downloaded a video of her and Salah, which was shopping, and she downloaded it off her YouTube page and put it up on the couples page. And that's all she's done since the night she went camping. So, is that why Pete's a bit down on himself today and yesterday? Does he know she's on her way back? Does he know that she's, she could be there at the door at any moment in time? I don't know. But I hope this doesn't last for Pete, because he was doing so well. Even in his mental health, everything was going so well for him. But yeah, I just wonder, is she actually on planes and layovers? Because whatever happened, and I wanted to record that yesterday, because whatever happened at the end of that camping trip, um, where she said she was she helped the ladies clean up and do whatever after the food was finished, was eaten and finished, and then she said she had to go back to the tent where she had a migraine. But you could see there was physically, when somebody's after being crying or is holding back tears. Um, so did the women say something about her? Was she not actually included in um the whole party that was happening in the desert with the men and the women, and having tea and food and jovial times? Do you know what happened? Did that push her over the edge? Because I know she has been looking like she was crying a few times online. Um, Especially when she comes back online in the middle of the night time when she's alone in the apartment. Although he did cough yesterday, so she wasn't really alone, or someone coughed. Because I think there's actually a chaperone with Chantal, because they're not really 100% legally married. They just have that 3-month marriage slip, so it's when their real marriage comes that they're officially married. Um so yeah, what happened with the women? You know, something must have happened to the women. And then she posted up, before she clicked off on that live, she said about how much she loved Salah, and she knew before she went there that she loved him. And it sounded to me like um when some partner has done something wrong, it sounded to me like a peace offering. I did this wrong and I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you so much. Don't dump me, kind of thing. And then maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But then the next morning, and the shade. Oh my God, the shade of it. And I don't know. It was very shady what he did. I will explain what he did. But I think he was still a bit salty and, just, oh, he was all the spices actually to have done what he did. She said, "Can I get out and look at the camels?" So he stops the car and lets her out to look at the camels. He takes down all the filters off the phone and he records her filterless. If any man did that, I don't know how to use filters. And I have an iPhone, so I don't even think there's filters on it. I know there's probably, if you go into Instagram, you'd have filters that you could. I don't know. I don't know. I'm as least tech savvy as I can just about boil water. I can turn on a kettle. That's about as tech savvy as I am. I can turn on my phone and make a phone call. That's it, pretty much. And Shmita, you know that I'm useless. I don't know where I got that stutter from, but I am useless when it comes to technology. So I don't know how to do filters. But he took down all the filters and all the everything. So she was in her whole foodie beauty glory. And did he do it by mistake? I doubt it, because you have to go into all the settings, I'd imagine, to get that done. Um, so I think he did it with a little bit of shade. And it was only when she got back and realised that he had done it that maybe she just completely went into the rage that we've been waiting for. Sure, I know you love me just the same, even though I know I drive you demented. I actually have an issue. I'll talk to you in a minute. Um, I've a, I need a tissue for my issue. Um, the what? Oh, where was it? Yeah. So it showed her. She went over to the camel, thinking, "Why is she so?" I can't be rude and say rude words, but why is she so? I'll say childlike, to be professional about it. But she goes over to this. She's what is she meant to be? 4'11", 5 foot, something like that. Anyway, she's not much shorter. She's shorter than me, but not by much. Um, I'm only 5'2", so um, but she goes over to this like 7 foot camel to see if she can pet it. Now these are wild camels out in the desert. Somebody owns them, all right, but they're not, used to people like in a zoo or something. And you could see her whole silhouette, sideways on, frontways on, and everything. Not only that, but you could see um, her face, and with the filters, her face does come into kind of a pointy alien kind of thing, but you let that go. But I didn't realize how moon faced she was yesterday until yesterday, which actually could mean some kind of, she might, um moon phases go with certain things. And but I thought, if himself done that to me, he'd have to buy me a new phone after he wakes up. Oh no, that's not. I'm only joking. No, but no, I wouldn't like that at all. I'd be really offended by it. So I'd imagine she was absolutely raging. Now, since that morning, she's downloaded one of her own videos, put it up to the couple's videos, and nobody has seen sight nor sign of her. since then. So is she actually on her way home? To me, that's how she ended up in Kuwait in the first place. She just ended up there. She was in Canada one night. The next night she was in not Abu Dhabi. Oh, whatever her first layover was. Um and that's when she went and told everybody where she was going. So is she doing that again? Is she just going to end up knocking on Pete's door? I'd laugh if he had the locks changed. Oh my god, I would laugh so loud if he had the locks changed. It would be absolute karma. Um, so we'll see how that fares out. Looking forward to that. See where she is. Is she going to be on tonight? Still in Kuwait, or is she going to come on tonight? Wheelchairs, bottle of wine, all the wigs, all the wigs. She'll have shaved her head again, and she'll start looking like S-Jam again. You're 4'11". Are you really? Ah, you're dinky. I knew you were. I knew you were going to be small, but I thought you were like half a pint like me. You're just a cute little thing. You're a dolly, an absolute little dolly. So anyway, um, so that'll be interesting. Now, let's get on to the real tea. This is tea and toast with a side of marmalade. Just saying. Even Creole Lady Marmalade is the marmalade coming on here. Dee Dee and Nadir had a visitor. Had a visitor. I shall say it again for the people in the back. Dee Dee and Nadir had an overnight stay visitor. Woo woo. Anybody hear me? Everyone hear me? Yes, they did. They had a visitor. She was, I'd say, about the same age as Dee Dee and Chantal, and myself, late 40s or so. Her hair was in not blonde dreadlocks, and she was, I'm not sure, was she Brazilian and spoke French, or she was French and could speak Brazilian. She kind of had the French English twang, if that makes sense. Like, hello, how are you doing? No, that's a really bad Fault Towers, Samantha. But anyway, yeah, really, it sounded French undertone of accent to me. So maybe she could speak Belgian as well. I don't know, or Brazilian as well. But anyway, she I'm only after watching it there now. She said, it's getting very late. I must get up to go home. They invited her over for dinner and a couple of glasses of wine. And how's your father? And she said, I must get up and get a taxi. It's getting late. I must go home. So, and Nadir said, but you're not going home. And she didn't seem to really mind not going home. She seemed quite happy to be told that sit down there just a little. Yeah. So she seemed to be quite happy to be told to sit back down there, love, and rely, a hokey pokey. Or what does he call it? The bibbidi boo. Is that what he calls it? He didn't say that to her now. That's me putting in my 2 pence worth. Jesus, 4 pence worth. It was getting expensive. So yeah, he said, but you're not going home. And then a few minutes later, Dee Dee was taking kind of question answer answers from the lady. Right, first of all, I was never going to dox her. Second of all, I don't remember her name. Third of all, I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it even if I did know her name. Just saying. So I wouldn't dox her because I wouldn't do it anyway. Don't know her name, and I but I'm sure other people will get it and have it up in Kiwi Farms. And already she's probably all her ancestors have been talked about already. I don't know because I don't know what her name was, and I wouldn't say it anyway. But Dee Dee was taking questions and answers, and Nadir said to Dee Dee, "We better stop with the question and answers soon, Dee Dee, because I want to have fun with my friend." I'm sure you're playing Thomas the Tank Engine with your friend there, Nadir. What tunnel is Thomas going? Samantha, have manners. So, oh my God, it's all happening. It's all happening in the foodverse, and I don't know where it's going to end. I don't know. Is I don't know where it's going to end. If Foodie Beauty finds out that they've already replaced her with a woman of the same age as Dee Dee and myself. Well, I think Dee Dee is probably a bit older than me. I'm not sure. But this is an attractive lady. And she has kind of she's darker toned skin, she's slimmer, you know, um she's quite an attractive lady. So it should be fun if herself hops on a plane to come back because her boyfriend and girlfriend have now got a new girlfriend. Let's see how that plays out. I will come back and I will do all the other bits that I was meant to do. Um, I didn't go downstairs to do the laptop today to give it a try. I think I'll stick with the beauty room for another while. Just just getting used to doing the StreamYard. And oh yeah, the other thing that I have, Shmita, that I have a problem with is when I go into StreamYard and I'm streaming Foodie and I'm streaming myself and the two pictures are up, all I'm getting is two little pictures, but I can read the chat. And then if I go out to YouTube, I can get a bigger picture, but I can't see the chat. What can I do to fix that? Pray a whole decade of the rosary and hope it works out, or is there a way to fix it? I'm sure there's a way to fix it. You see, I'm going full screen when I go out to YouTube. Maybe I should just go out to YouTube. I don't know. I'm not going to let it annoy me because I'm now going in for a swim in the bath. And I shall talk to everybody later. If anything else happens and um, craziness kicks off, I'll come back on to let you know. And Foodie, 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 Foodie. Ah, would you, would you, would you, would you? I said she would. I'll talk to you later, Shmita. And of course, I will enjoy. I have my favorite bat milk that the daughter sent from the salon for me, so I shall soak for a nice little length of time. Talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Talk to you later, Shmita. Um, yeah, it would be a Jen question, definitely. Yeah, but she helped me so much the other day. She was so patient with me the other day. I thought she'd come over in an airplane. I thought she'd land at my door and hop the laptop off my head, but she didn't. She was very patient, and she had me go through it twice so as I knew, and she could see that I was doing it right. So whoop whoop for Jen. She is very helpful. She's brilliant, and love you all. Love you all, you girls. Love everybody, and let's see what happens with the food stir. She will do it again. I know she will. She's very kind. Very, very kind. You're all very kind. Now stop or I'll be all mushy and I love you. You lovely girl. No, I'm not gonna be like that. Bye.